guys, it's Ariana. Welcome back to my channel if you have been here before, but also it's been a while. So if you're new, welcome. I make videos about style, thrifting, and making, so if you're interested in that, definitely subscribe. I'm really excited to go thrifting today and taking you with me. I feel like there's a lot that's happened since the last video that I've posted, so we've got a lot of catching up to do. I do have a wish list that I am working off of. I want to try to keep myself to a bit of a budget as well, maybe like a $25–30 budget, and just see what I can find. I definitely have gotten away from thrifting lots and lots of things, just getting things just because I like them. I'm really trying to be a bit more picky. I may not actually get that many things, but that's not the whole point of this. The point of it is to kind of show you what I find. So we are starting off with this little thrift store. This is more like a local, smaller place, and I've been preferring to go to places like this. This is actually Christian owned and just been liking to support smaller businesses like this. So yeah, started off with the dresses, even though I definitely don't need any more dresses. I just always like to look at them. These shoes are super cool. I like these like bowling style shoe. I thought that was cool and I like the color, but they were not in good condition and kind of falling apart. So I passed on those. I feel like this little green dress is super on trend right now with these little like floaty tentacle, I don't know if that's the right word, jellyfish legs, this little like asymmetrical look, I guess, whatever. I am on the hunt for a denim dress of some sort. I particularly want like a spaghetti strap type of denim dress, a mini length, but I did see this one and I felt like I'd want to try it on just to see, because it could be a cool like layering piece as well. You could wear it open since it has buttons all down the front. I've been really liking this pink color lately and I feel like it looks really good on me, so I've been gravitating and looking at anything that I find in that color. The dress was cute but very cheap feeling. This stripy maxi dress caught my eye because of all the colors. I thought it was really pretty and I did like the style of it. I just am not really one for a sleeve like this or like a sleeveless type of dress. I know that I would want to wear something over or under it, which I don't think really would go well with it personally. And I think this brand is actually just like a Walmart brand, so nothing too special here. And then moving on to the tops, what's on my wish list here, any kind of like short sleeve type of cardigan or like a lightweight knit, I feel like would be really cute. I also really like those pointel like shirts. I think they're really sweet and darling, so I would love to find one like that. And then anything in that pink color, like I said, I'm looking for a top kind of like that because I do have a sweater that is in that color and I've really enjoyed styling it, but it's getting hot already and too hot to wear that. But I feel like I would really get a lot of use out of a top for the summer. I'm also on the lookout for like the perfect denim button-up shirt. It needs to be like slightly oversized and in like the right wash. I feel like you can find a lot of these denim button-ups in the thrift store, but I really want to be picky and find like the perfect one. And then other than that, I'm just looking for whatever catches my eye, really. This is pretty much like how I thrift. I'm kind of looking also for like a lightweight loose knit that you can wear like in the summer, like at night, or like if it's a little chilly. And then also like a lightweight little cardigan, one that buttons all the way up to a crew neck, but isn't as fitted as the ones that I have. I'm also on the hunt for some clogs. I would love some kind of like heeled or like slight platform type of clog, like maybe like the wooden ones, or even if it was like a full like one color, like those garden clogs, you know, I think those are really cute and also pretty practical for like rainy weather. I've just been liking the look of them for different outfits, so I've been searching for the perfect one. Again, if I don't find it thrifting, I may end up looking on Poshmark or ThredUp or something like that to try to find the one that I'm looking for. So while I just look through all of these racks, I thought it could also be fun if we just chatted and caught up a little bit, because it's been a little while and I feel like I have some bigger updates, like life updates that have happened recently. If you have been around on my channel, I had my first baby back in 2021, almost 4 years ago now, and I just had another one. So I just had a baby girl. So most of 2024 was spent pregnant and ended up having her in December, closer to Christmas. She's actually with me on this thrifting trip. So she's 5 months now, which is crazy to think about. So now I have the 2 kids, which definitely makes my life very full and I absolutely love it, but definitely does take up a lot of my energy and my time. And so I definitely have been wanting to get back into YouTube and posting videos, but have been struggling to kind of balance that all out, especially just because this is for fun for me and not like an actual job or anything. I am a stay-at-home mom and all of that first, and then this all just kind of come second. It's just like a hobby. So I definitely have put it on the back burner, but I would like to eventually, make it more than just a hobby and grow it into something else. But yeah. And this is something that happens, like these seasons of life. I feel like they always ebb and flow, and there are going to be days where I'll have much more capacity, and then there's just days where I don't. And part of this motherhood journey for me has been kind of accepting that fact and also embracing it and enjoying all of the different phases as they come and enjoying every bit of it. I also have on my wish list like a structured midi skirt of some kind, either in like a denim or some kind of like cotton or something like that. I feel like I have a lot of like longer skirts that are very voluminous and flowy, and I feel like I'm kind of missing that more of a structured thing, because if I'm wearing more of like an oversized top, which I have a lot of in my closet, then I feel like I can balance that out a little bit better with something a little more structured on bottom. These two skirts that I found would have been perfect, except one was a bit too short for my liking. It was more kind of like knee length or just under the knee. The other one was like the best color, but very obviously too small. And I actually think it was handmade, just judging by like the inside finishing, which I think is really cool. However, like I said, just too small for me, unfortunately. And then you'll see another thing that I'm looking for is a pair of capris. I really love that kind of like a 60s look that they give, and would love to find some that has like either a print or a bright color or even like an embroidery. I think that would be really cute. I found these little like dragonfly embroidered ones here, but I think everything that I was finding was a little bit like off the mark by just like a little bit or a little detail here and there, either the fit or the length or the pattern or whatever. It was not quite what I was looking for. So again, like I said, I'm just being very picky with the things that I bring in, especially if I don't think that I'm going to put the time into like altering them, or I don't know. I feel like they have to be exactly what I'm looking for me to like spend the time to alter them if they're like maybe just a little too long or maybe just a little bit too big, There's something about these shoes that I think were really cute as well. They were kind of like a mix between like a bowling shoe and also kind of like an Adidas Samba. I feel like they had that kind of low profile sneaker type of look to them. So I only grabbed a couple things to try on here. They had this little like mirrored section. So I'm putting on a couple of these cardigans. I really loved this Argyle one. It was 100% cotton and I liked the colors of it a lot. Unfortunately, it was a little bit too small. I just tried it anyway just to see, but yeah, ended up being too small for me. This shirt I felt like could be interesting. It was kind of giving boho. I felt like could be like a layering piece, but it just fit a little bit weird and I feel like it didn't feel very nice. It was Lucky Brand, but it felt kind of like cheap and wasn't laying very well, so I just passed on that. And then that denim dress also didn't fit well. It just looked like a bag on me, so passed on that as well. Okay, so that was kind of a fail. I didn't find anything really there, and then the little pieces that I did find kind of fit weird and didn't love. So I did find like this tiny little itty bitty like thin beaded bracelet that I thought was cute, but I was like, I'm not gonna check out just for that. So we're gonna go to the second place now. All right, so the second place that I went to is actually a newer place in our area, but this is quite large, and a couple times I've been here, I've had really good luck. So I started off just looking at the bags, which I really don't need any more purses or anything, but I always like to see kind of what they have. These clogs were pretty much exactly what I'm looking for, except for the fact that it has this Sherpa lining. I just want like a simple clog. Maybe not in black. I'm not too sure exactly what color I'm wanting, but finding a lot of this like hot pink colored t-shirts here, but they all kind of like had some weird print or like some dental office or whatever on them. So didn't really need any of those. I did find this striped t-shirt that I really liked the stripes of, so I decided to put that in the cart to try on. Found several of these little like tweed jacket things, which I think is really cute, but again, just don't really need a jacket, especially in this hot weather and for the future. Which actually brings me to the next update while I look through this rack here. So big update number 2 is that we are moving again. We're moving from Texas to Florida. Again, if you've been around, then you actually might have been with us through our move that happened about 2 years ago now. We moved from New Hampshire and Massachusetts area to Texas. Texas is kind of like where I'm from, basically. Like, this is home to me. So we made the move back here in 2023 and have really enjoyed being here and being back. But an opportunity came up and my husband got a really great job offer So we're going to be moving again. So we're excited about it, but definitely there's a lot going on with that, with the move. Of course, a lot of logistics that needs to be planned out and the things that have to be done before then, i.e. selling our house and finding a new one. So another thing that's really like taking up a lot of mental space right now. So yeah, by the time that this goes up, we really only have like a month and a half, maybe, if that, maybe like a month and a week to get everything done and sorted. I think it's also going to be interesting to see how I can adapt my wardrobe to it being like summer all year round. I feel like I'm gonna miss wearing my sweaters and my jackets because I am a layers person. I'm not a huge like sleeveless type of person. So yeah, definitely an interesting shift and a big life change in general, but we are looking forward to it. Ooh, these Clark's clogs were almost perfect. I feel like these were really close to what I'm looking for, so I almost bought these actually. I just felt like I could do a little bit better, so that's why I passed on these and put them back. And while we're talking about shoes, here's a little shoe montage of all the little ones that I had found. There's some really cute ones, little cute flats, some fisherman sandals. I thought these like denim sandal chunky heels were like really cute. And then another pair of clogs. These are more of like that garden clog style. I kind of liked that it was like the blue, but I don't know, the print was kind of throwing me off. And then these Puma wedges were like really cool actually. I feel like they were very retro, just way too small, but they were like the Speed Cat, but like with a wedge. I don't know, interesting. And I thought the color was cool too. And then I did actually find another pair of clogs, very close again to what I was looking for. Didn't really like that it was a wedge. They just kind of felt cheap. They were a Lucky brand, but they felt like cheap plastic. It wasn't even like real wood. So onto the fitting room, I wanted to try on a couple of things that I found, starting with, this was a linen button-up cardigan. What I really liked about it was the lightweightness, and I really liked the tortoise little buttons that it had on there. My biggest complaint was just the fact that it felt a little bit itchy. Even though it was breathable, I don't think I could get past that, and I probably wouldn't want to wear it. So I passed on that. And then this is that little stripy t-shirt that I found that I thought was really cute. With what I'm wearing, I feel like it looked cute as like an outfit. This belt is actually pretty cool. I have been looking for kind of like a larger buckle belt, and I thought this was fun. It was like a Western style, and I was cracking up at the fact that the back said Bob. I was close to buying this one as well. I just felt like the orange wouldn't really work with my wardrobe right now. This black one was cute, but for that price, I just didn't feel like wanting to picking that up. I just wanted to show you this one as well. I'm not even sure what this brand is, if it's a good one, but the fact that it's marked as like $27 is just wild to me. Now moving on to some of these other bags I found over here on this side. I did want to look through some of the tote bags here because I've been wanting to get a couple more of little like easy throw a bunch of stuff in there kind of tote bags. So I wanted to see what they had. I really liked this red striped one. I thought that was really cute, but unfortunately this one was pretty beat up and had a hole in it. And then this was another striped one that I was kind of interested in. Oh, and there's my baby girl. She wanted to get out of the stroller. She was fussing around. So ultimately this tote bag just kind of didn't really work because I felt like the handles were just a little bit too small and I couldn't just like throw it over my shoulder, you know? She wasn't very happy in the stroller anymore, so I'm putting my baby in the carrier to try to get through the rest of this thrifting trip. I just wanted to show you this little heart pouch because it just reminded me of that really colorful Dooney and Burke bag that I feel like was super trendy whenever we were younger. If anybody else remembers that. They were so cute, never had one, but now they all are like, you can't really like find them vintage, I feel like, because they're all like discolored and yellowed from whatever the coating was. I did find a couple of dresses here that I thought were cute. These little gingham ones, they had like the smocking on the top. I maybe would have bought like the pink one, but I could see like the elastic starting to like come loose and it wasn't in very good condition. So I passed on that. This was a linen maxi dress that I thought was really pretty, but also just didn't really need that right now at this moment in time. Not very breastfeeding friendly, I feel like. So this was another cute vintage denim button-up dress. I like the little pockets on the front, but not exactly the style that I've been looking for though. And then this hot pink dress caught my eye because it just looked really luxurious and I liked the color a lot, but it was actually White House Black Market. Not something I need right now, and I feel like the long sleeves, I probably wouldn't get much wear out of it. I thought this was kind of cute too. It had the little flamingos on it and this boat neck, which I really like. The colors were also really fun. Another little shift dress that I thought was cute. Obviously really way too small for me, as well as the other one was too small, but I liked the colors on it and the style of it. And then this dress, oh my goodness, I actually love this dress so much. And I feel like with the drop waist and the ruffles on the bottom, that's very trendy right now. This is a vintage brand, I believe, but the only reason I didn't even consider it was just because of the color. I knew the color would not work well for me. It was just a very muted beigey color, and I feel like they just don't work well for my skin tone, but I thought that was really fun and cute and wanted to show you guys that. And then this is a denim shirt that I feel like looked very oversized, and I wasn't really sure how I felt about like the rips on there, like the distressing, but I did like the color, so I decided to put that in the cart to try on later. And then several other button-ups that I found. I thought these little embroidered ones were really cute. And then this one with the flowers was actually a really nice shape, but I didn't really love the flowers on there, so I passed on that. This was like a lace lightweight coat, I feel like, which I thought was pretty cool. I liked the pearl on the collar, but not really something that I need. Cute little gingham shirt with like an apple embroidery. I just thought that was so cute, so I wanted to try that on too. Okay, this denim shirt would have been perfect. It's a really nice light wash, and I felt like it looked a little bit oversized and would have been really nice, and it was actually vintage, but it had this embroidery, the stars and the moons, which I think is cute. However, just not really my style. Like, I'm not really into stars and moons pattern motif or whatever. So yeah, I just kind of ended up not even trying that on. Looking through the skirts now, I decided to try my luck at this denim skirt. I think maybe it was going to be a little small, but I wanted to try anyway. And then the pink one I felt like would have been perfect, but it was also too small, so I passed on that. And then I found a couple of blue skirts. I decided to try on one of them. I think the other one I kind of passed on just because I didn't like how the material felt. I looked through the two-piece section as well, and I thought this set was really cute. It looked very summery and had this long skirt with a slit and then a little crop top with like a ruching in the middle. But I saw it was listed for $43, which is insane. I didn't even recognize the brand, but they must have looked it up or something. But anyway, and then this little summery set was also really cute. Had this little green print on it. These pants like reminds me of like a 2020 like House of Sunny dress type of era, with like this wavy pattern was like super trendy and then like died not very long after. So we're back in the fitting room again, round 2. Had to do this part as fast as I could because my baby was starting to tire and not want to be in the stroller anymore. So yeah, the oversized denim shirt would have been great. It was just too oversized. It was almost laughable. So passed on that. The denim skirt was really close to being perfect. I thought it was cute, but I kind of wanted something a little bit longer, and then I also felt like it was just slightly tight. I did, however, really like this blue skirt. It's like a stretchy material and it had this subtle striping on it, and I really like the slits on the side and the length of it. These shorts I feel like were so cute, and I loved them on the hanger. They're just a little too tight and also too short. Those were a no for me. And then these linen shorts would have been great. A little bit too big and too long, and I didn't feel like I wanted to alter them or anything, so I decided to leave those behind as well. These capris also would have been perfect. I loved the color of them, but they were just way too small. I couldn't even get them on to even show you, so unfortunately those had to be a pass as well. So we're all done. Managed to find a couple of things. So I did end up getting that little silver tote. It does say Frog Street on here, which I don't know what it is, but doesn't really matter. I could just wear it this way without it, mainly because I kind of wanted some more tote bags just to have for like quick throw things in and take with me. It's nice and spacious, and also now that I've like started knitting, I wanted to kind of have some more bags to like put my projects in to take with me whenever I go out and want to knit. So anyway, I thought the silver was fun because you could also style that in outfits, and it does have a lime green in the inside, which is fine, whatever. But I did end up spending $32.30, and I got 7 items. I did pick up that little stretchy striped blue midi skirt. This is Offline by Aerie. That was $8.49. Had another like stretchy kind of like jogger style sweatshirt material like midi skirt from Aerie, and I wore that all the time. I must have snagged it somewhere when I was sitting because I can hear my baby in the background, because there was a whole little hole in the back, like in the booty area, which is like no good. Anyway, I thought this could kind of like serve a similar purpose, and I really like the color of it. I think it will go with a lot of things that I have in my wardrobe. The only thing is like it really smells like strong of like either a perfume or like a detergent or something that I'm like, ugh, I don't like that smell. I'll hopefully be able to get that out. Same color, this cobalt blue I've been really into. $2.29 for this graphic t-shirt, and it actually has an M on there. I bet you this is a Halloween costume to be an M&M, but I don't mind. I actually kind of like it. I think it's kind of like quirky and cute, and it's like, I like the blue and the white. This is an extra large and 100% cotton, which I really love and always like to look for t-shirts. I don't really like the blends. I was contemplating and going back and forth between this top. It's the black and white gingham with the little embroidered apples in a little cross stitch. I thought that was so darling and cute, so I really liked it. The only thing I was kind of like hemming and hawing about was the fact that it's just like a plain button-up shirt. It is an easy like 100% cotton throw-on kind of button-up shirt. Just couldn't pass up the detail. It's just so cute. In summary, I think that's gonna be perfect. And then if I really want to, I could always do a little bit of alteration on this and maybe thrift flip it into something different. Like maybe I can do like a little puff sleeve or something. So there's options and possibilities with it, but it is still cute on its own. And I got that for $6.49. I did also decide to get that striped little cotton tee. It's like a polo shirt material, which I like that, but it doesn't have the collar, which I also really like. I like the colors of it, and I think this is very nautical and looks very like Tommy Hilfiger, doesn't it? I think vintage or something. It says Bobby Brooks. $8.49 for that one. These are kind of random. Baseball cap has a little jalapeno on there, I think, and I thought it was cute. And I've been wanting kind of like a white hat like this. I have one white hat, but it has like blue and orange like sports team, and I don't know, I can't always like use that for styling, so I'm happy to find this one. Also got this hat. My daughter's name starts with an M, and I just thought that was super cute. It says good hair underneath on the other side, which is funny. Even if it's like a little big right now, this will be perfect because when we're living in Florida, we're gonna, oh yes, I know. She's fussing like, hey, let's go. Almost done, almost done. Basically, it'll be good to have a little sun hat for her, so I thought that was cute, and I'll hold on to it. It fit just too big. All right, that is all for this video. Thank you guys for coming along with me. Hope you enjoyed seeing what was at this thrift store and what I found. And if this is your first time with me, would love it if you would subscribe if you like videos like this. But with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.